Hello and welcome to Coffee with Carey. Thank you for stopping by today for a little conversation about dating in 2021. Although this video will be here for years to come, I'm sure, and you may be in the future watching this, and it will probably still be applicable in 2022, 2030 even, that unless things really go backwards from here, who knows for sure, right? But I wanted to talk about, where is this guy that you want to be meeting? Where is your partner hanging out? Are you going to find him in a bar? Is your soulmate in a bar? I think you probably know already if you've been hanging around here, if you're subscribed, and I hope you will consider subscribing. Lots of conversations about dating and early relationships. And I think that you know by now that I'm not a big fan of the soulmate theory. I know most people believe in a soulmate, but I do have reasons I believe it's not in your best interest to think that there's one person and one person only for you. And I do have a whole episode, and I will link to it right here if you're intrigued at all as to why I'm not a fan. But this person, whoever it is that you're going to end up with, or just somebody that you would really connect with, where's he at? Is he at a bar? Should you head over to the nightclub or the disco? Let's just talk about that a little bit. That's what's on the agenda today. I started going to Skornavako's disco when I was 16 years old. I went for the dancing, the disco dancing, and the White Russians were just a fun aspect of that. By the time I turned 21, I'd been going to bars to dance and meet other people for 5 years. So I was kind of done drinking by that time. Those White Russians kind of lost their appeal at a certain point in time in all those years of hanging out in nightclubs or discos, as it were. Back then, that was the place. And in my early 20s, I was a cocktail waitress, and I also sang in nightclubs. I spent a lot of my early years, between 16 and 23 when I got married. Most of that time was spent in bars, whether it was performing or working or being there with my friends. Bars were the place that you would likely meet somebody that you could go on a date with. Is that still the case in 2021, do you think? That's where I learned to flirt. That's where I kind of became a woman in the bars, in the nightclubs. And I was just thinking, is if you're looking to meet somebody to date and you're going to go out on a Saturday night or go out trying to figure out when to go out during the week, in 2021, are the bars still the place to go to connect with somebody and find somebody to flirt with and ask you out on a date? If you want to do the bump and do some disco dancing, probably. But if you're looking for an evolved adult, I think it is more likely that you would find somebody to connect with in your 50s or 40s or 60s, in a place where people are not just drinking or going to take a twirl around the dance floor, but learning to grow, something to think about. If you're going out with a girlfriend to go dancing, great, go have fun, and you may meet somebody who enjoys dancing or a certain genre of music. But also, I don't want you to discount the fact that if you're looking for somebody who's looking for the same type of midlife growth experience, they're about being a better version of themselves for the second half, or continuing to learn, continuing to take in new information or find new hobbies, you may instead want to spend time looking for somebody who shares an interest of yours, a photography class, a pottery class, a weekend cooking experience. I know that I have a very close friend who joined a meetup group that was salsa dancing, and that was in bars because they would have an instructor come in and teach them a few extra moves to add on to what they'd learned previously, and then the next week they would meet at a venue that had a salsa band playing live, and they would continue to improve their skills. So there'd be lessons in dancing and then dancing, and twice a month they would meet and become amazing salsa dancers was the goal. And that was in a bar. but it was also with something they were continuing to grow and learn and had an interest in, salsa dancing. So if you're a person who is on a journey to health and fitness and wellness, perhaps a yoga class, or at the gym, you may be finding people who you connect with on a more spiritual level. That person who has that interest with you would probably not likely be at the bar, but more likely in a yoga class or a Pilates class or a fit class or a CrossFit gym or doing a Tough Mudder or whatever those obstacle races are, a cycling club or a running club. I know lots of people I talk to every day who are a part of those type of groups. And of course you meet people there with common interests. I'm not saying these people aren't on occasion going to a bar, but that's not likely where they're going to a bar to meet the next great love of their life. I wanted to point this out to you and give you a couple ideas on other places you may be finding people to connect with. I think it's important to have shared interests. You don't have to have all the same interests with somebody that you're dating or developing a romantic relationship with, but it is nice to have a little overlap. And these are some things that if you are to find somebody that you find attractive and want to get to know better, you've already got one interest that you share. And that's a great place to start. So think about those options outside our original plan of just meeting somebody while disco dancing the night away. And there are other options for you now in 2021 besides the bars. So maybe explore some of those and hopefully you'll have some luck connecting with somebody special. I appreciate you stopping by today. I hope you'll be a part of the conversation by leaving a comment down in the comment section below. And if you subscribe to my channel, that would be amazing. Hit the ring bell, then you're notified every time I upload a new episode. And I appreciate you being here. So I'll look forward to next time. And until then, have a good one.